What's up, guys? This is Vanime Soul, and I am back with another voiceover. So, just say I appreciate you guys so much for the feedback on the last video. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So this pair was actually for a really good friend of mine named NiceWigg. Some of you may know him as Jack. He is an American professional Apex player. He plays for Counter Logic Gaming, and he's been killing it, man. In this past year, he actually got me into Apex. It's something that I enjoy at home with my girlfriend. We play it like almost every other night. Um, but yeah, the guy brought me so much good energy for this pair. Like I'm telling you, it's rare I run into people that are so relaxed and so open with me doing whatever I want to do on a pair. And when I get that type of energy off of somebody, it really pushes me to do something out of my comfort zone and to give my best shot at it. This pair, however, it actually kind of was a weak point for me. Greens, by far, are something that I feel like I suck with. So getting into the aura and stuff really threw me off, and it was out of my kind of out of my element for a bit. But nonetheless, I killed it. I really ended up enjoying what I did with this pair, and I also learned plenty just from the color palette. Um, as far as techniques to look out for in this video, because I won't be talking through the whole thing, I would say pay attention to the pattern that I blend in. Now you can't see it in my hand, but if you look at the ink level on the shoe, you can see where the ink is bleeding, even in this time lapse. So just keep an eye out for that. And I'll chime back in here in a bit. I just want to give you guys some peace and quiet to really absorb what's going on. As far as tutorials where I'll be talking and walking you through step by step, I'll have that come later in videos that are in real time. But until then, enjoy the videos, and I will chime back in here in a bit. Yep, catch you all in a minute. Alright, so this part is where I feel I need to chime back in on. So the background here, I have a vision for what I want it to look like. And it's really important to me that I start building up to that vision. So what you see me doing is laying down a bunch of muted tones um, to build the vibrancy. I'll slowly work my way up into more vibrant colors and start placing, little curves and indentions into the mountains where I feel need it the most. And then I'll go back with the colors that I really want it to look like, right over. Here in a bit, you'll see me use some yellow reds and some yellows to help change the tone of the mountains. The reason I do this is because sometimes it's better to make your own color than to go straight on with it. Now I could have used some oranges and some browns and been done with it, and I would have got the tone that I wanted, but it wouldn't have had the effect that it does. It wouldn't be so popping in so many colors for someone to pick out. So I feel it's important to lay down a base tone that's different, or that can blend well with those yellows. So I picked pink because I know that if I lay down a yellow red or a yellow over it, it's gonna, you know, turn it into a orange. Here I really didn't care to do the sky so empty, and I ended up changing this later on, but it helped build the tone that I was aiming for. I really wanted the pinks and the oranges to contrast each other and pop. I was pretty comfortable with this part because those are colors I'm used to working with. However, when I'm messing with the greens and you see me color the ship, these were things that I was talking about earlier that I was really out of my element with. It just gets tricky. Greens are hard to work with. I was thankful that this size was a big shoe size, but normally on a smaller size, the canvas gets irritated with color really quickly. So that's something I want to inform you guys to watch out for. When you're laying down this much color, the fear that you guys have of color bleeding everywhere is a fear to have when there's just a lot of ink saturated in the shoe. For the most part, you can get away with doing smooth blends and stuff, but when you start working in these really tight areas and it's really condensed, your ink bleeds a lot faster and it's harder to layer because you have to wait for things to dry. This area here, as you saw, I jumped to the other shoe for the sake of letting the shoe, you know, where the mountains are at, dry a bit before I went over with greens into the ship. It would have just made it easier for those yellows and reds and pinks to bleed down, and would have distorted the green that I wanted because it becomes harder to cover up. Other than that, it's pretty much a give and take this whole process. You see me layering colors, then I go with liner, go back to layering colors, and I go light, dark, and I just play around and build up the color. It's pretty much my go-to for just about every pair I do. If you are designing shoes, you need to, and you're looking to me to learn, you need to understand that there is a sensitivity to the canvas, and you can't be too rough. Being light-handed is key. Having a heavy hand isn't bad. You will need it in some cases, but for the most part, the whole process is you being light-handed. That pretty much, you know, is going to be your foundation for doing any pair. But yeah, this pair was really fun to do. I loved it. Jack, man, thank you so much for being the way you are and being so patient with me. It meant a lot. Patience is hard to come by. Some of you guys know what I'm going through. I'm crazy backed, and it was just, you know, just an honor to actually be able to fit in and do work and make a good friend out of this. So thanks, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, I couldn't ask for a better experience. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. It's pretty straightforward. I will be giving better walkthroughs, I promise, in slower videos. I just need more time to be able to explain some of these techniques while you guys are viewing them. It kind of goes by too fast in the time lapse, and I don't want you guys sitting here, you know, watching 20 minutes go by from start to finish. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I will catch you guys next time. My next video, I have one with my son, which I'm really excited for. But thank you guys. Y'all have a great day and enjoy the rest of the video.